Welcome everybody to the Tech Woke podcast. I brought on my guy Freeman. He's did a lot of work in IT and things like that. I'm going to let him kind of speak to what he does and give some of his experience. You can go ahead.
Hey, how y'all doing, guys? Like Chris said, my name is Bishop. Been working in IT in the government space for the last 3 years, but working in IT for the last 4, going on 5 years. Background is a little, it kind of varies. I work with a bunch of different OS. Mainly right now, I'm working mainly with Macs, but I have experience with Linux and also Windows.
Yeah, the Mac. I can't wait to get onto the Mac side. But but
It's cool, man. I love it. I love it. I
I
do.
got you. Tell me. How's your day going?
Man, pretty good, man. For me, Saturdays are pretty much our minds, I guess, somewhat of a self care day. Wake up, hit the gym earlier in the mornings, along with cycling, and then come home, clean around the house, and then once that's done, it's mostly just hey, relax a little bit. But now it's a little bit different now because I'm also in grad school, so it's like you can't really relax all the way because you got schoolwork to do. So yeah,
So what you doing in grad school? Like what you doing right now? Just IT?
yeah. So it's IT still. Right now it's a little bit of a I guess a flexible degree. It's cloud computer system. It's more so it's a degree I could pretty much use for what I currently do for my system admin, system engineering work, or because now I'm looking at your transition out of being technical, I could actually use that degree for PM work or consultant.
I got you. So tell me about your early life. Like how was life growing up? Like what?
Man, life is interesting. So I'm not originally from America. I was born in Liberia, but I was raised in Africa.
Oh,
Um,
oh, for real?
yeah, so my
Oh,
early childhood was a little bit different.
I understand.
Grew up. I grew up predominantly speaking French because, like I said, my early childhood years was at least the first 8 years really was spent in Ivory Coast, and Ivory Coast is a French-speaking country predominantly, and then English secondary. So my main language growing up initially was French and English. Um, never really, never really picked on the tribal dialect. That's because I never grew up around it. I grew up with my parents, but however, they never really spoke it around me. Now, they spoke around other family members, but so I never really got the chance to learn the tribal dialect. After 8 years, I got sent back to Liberia. Was back in Liberia for another 2 years. Um, I then came to America pretty much. You might as well say pretty much 11 years old, but it's
About
about
11.
for my 11th birthday. That's when I came to the U.S.
Okay, so 11 to high school. Or what was you doing? What was things you doing?
Yeah, so from 11 to in the high school, I grew up in Beltsville. Yeah, that's pretty much where I spent most of those years. Was in Beltsville. So a PG kid for the most part.
PG County. I understand.
But if you understand the landscape of PG is pretty much nothing but Africans, Caribbeans, Hispanics mainly. So
I got
coming
you.
up, it was like, oh man, it's nice. I'm blending right in for the most part, right? But if you understood back in the days, it was like being African was this old African booty scratcher. So
Yeah, I know. Trust me,
yeah,
I know.
yeah,
I'm
go
not
through that
journeying myself.
little
I remember. I remember 100%. I heard it. Now everybody want to be. Now it's all kings and queens now. You know.
so you got to go through that phase. But even then, for me, it was a bit troubling because because I'm new to this country, not really understanding things. So hearing that was like, oh man, no, now I'm ready to fight people and what have you. So
Yeah,
growing up, it was kind of rough growing up as a child because again, not really, it's just that cultural difference trying to adapt. All right,
I understand.
so it was, but then it took me give or take probably 2 years to really get acclimated to the culture. It's like okay, cool. You kind of started learning how to navigate the waters now. So it's like okay, you got a middle school. Okay, I'm starting to feel comfortable now in this new environment, this new culture.
Yeah,
So
just adapting.
like every African kid, came over here, continued playing soccer. So playing sport kind of helped streamline that process too.
That's good.
All right, so just played that, and then got into high school. Decide, oh man, this football is interesting. I want to try that.
You try that too. I got you.
But
So
did football in high school, unfortunately, because football and soccer was the same season during the high school. And I picked up the soccer cleats and picked up
Hmm.
the football cleats. So that was what I did for the fall. And then spring, at least my freshman and sophomore year, ran track. I did not play sports my junior year, and then senior year again played football, and then try to dabble in wrestling, but I quickly learned, hey, and quickly realized wrestling wasn't for me and it's not my sport. So to this day, I'm still known as a quitter by the coach, but it's
I
like a
got you.
dab now that he kind of says to me even now, like it was some quitter. It's like, nah, it just wasn't my thing.
Not the same. It's not for
Right?
everybody.
Like I said, sport kind of helps streamline that learning curve for as far as the cultural difference for me. So, I guess growing up was it was unique.
Okay, I got you. So basically like coming from a different country, you just adapted to everything that was going on. You did some of the American things like football, soccer, just things that help you integrate and get better with people. I understand. There's nothing wrong with that. My father's from Nigeria, so we had to
Really,
kind of do this. Yeah, he's from Nigeria. I'm half breed, so half Nigerian, half American. So
the pure
I got
definition of African
yeah,
American.
yeah. I'm the real definition of African American. Nah, nah, 100%. So So when you was around high school, was you interested in tech? What did you want to do?
No, not at all. Actually, back in high school, I actually did ROTC. So
Mm-hmm.
my main focus in high school at the time was I actually coming out of high school, I wanted to go into the Air Force to become a fighter pilot.
Mm-hmm.
And then the post secondary was to go to school do something in the longer line of mechanical engineering.
Okay.
But I think some of that also stems from growing up in African households. Like if you're not a doctor or
Yeah, I know. I
if
know.
you're
I'm
not a
not
doctor,
engineer.
engineer, or
You know what I'm
non-failure,
saying?
right? So that was part of that contributed to that. But I mean, I could go back to my early. I remember even as early childhood days. I was always that curious kid who always trying to figure out how things work, right? And it was funny. Like I think it was like 2 years ago actually. I'm in the process of rebuilding I guess doing some upgrades in the server. So tearing things up apart, upgrading the servers. And I had a flashback, so I had to send my father a picture of the server. Like, hey, dude, remember as a kid, you would come home all the time, and your brand new radius is all torn up because I'm over here trying to figure out how it worked.
Ain't
Because
nothing wrong with that.
it's paid forward now because I get paid to do it now.
You're
Right?
making that money. You're making that money now. Hey.
Yeah, right. So I was always that curious kid who was always trying to figure out how anything work from a mechanical standpoint. So, like I said, I started with my father radios. Any RC cars they would give me, I'm tearing that thing up, trying to figure out, okay, how does this work? Wait, how does the battery connect to the motor? And I'm trying to figure it out, right? So this was like 5, 6 years old going on. So
Hmm.
that kind of carried over. But like I said, in high school, I was really trying to go to the Air Force, become a fighter pilot, and then secondary was go to school for mechanical engineering.
Okay.
Um, But
I
then
got you.
things kind of took a different direction after high school. So,
I
but
got you.
it was for the better.
Now I got you. Tell me about college. So what happened in college? What did you study in college?
Yeah. So college, I was fortunate to get an opportunity, I guess, walk on and play, continue playing college football as well too.
Okay, that's
Uh,
good.
did that for 2 years. Was fortunate to walk with a championship as well too.
Oh,
Um,
let's go back to that. So, what did you play? What position you play? I played football too, but some people it's rare to get a scholarship to do what to play
no,
football.
but
What you play?
I played D3, so we didn't really get athletic scholarship.
Hey, okay, I got you.
However, we got scholarships. The scholarship was academic.
Okay, I got you.
But that's why they was really pressing on for us to really keep up our grades because that was the loophole.
I
Now
got you.
now we can really talk about it because now it's NIL deals. We could have these conversations now, right?
I understand.
But that was the loophole of how you would get scholarship was, hey, okay, since D3 we can't get athletic scholarship, get your academic scholarships,
Okay, I
and
got you.
they'll pad it up a little bit just so it could cover things for you. So I was fortunate for that, right?
That's
But
good.
I was fortunate to walk on as a running back my freshman year and then transition to corner my sophomore year.
Okay, that's what's up.
But as far as academic side of things, my school, I actually went to school. I was on a accelerated 5 year program for mechanical engineering, but I
Mhm.
started out with physics with engineering
Mhm.
emphasis. But one In the back end, that's where I guess halfway through my program, I ended up learning some of the other intricate details about the 5-year accelerator programs that was never shared to me up front.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, well, even if I was the ideal student who never failed the class, passed all my classes, I was. And 5 years later, I would still have to go back to my original campus for another semester. I'm like, dude, why didn't y'all tell me this up front? I'm the one forking this money for my education, not
Yeah.
you. Right? Y'all should let me know this information so I could have made an educated decision. Then, like, okay, if this is something I want to do.
Understand.
So, long story short, I decided, you know what? I'm just graduate with the physics degree. So this is my junior year now, mind you. So I'm like, I'm just graduating my physics degree. I mean, the emphasis was still engineering. So I figured, I graduated in physics degree, I could easily transition anything mechanical engineering because if you
Okay.
understand anything engineering, the
And,
premises around it is physics anyway, so it's still
and
applicable,
math. Yeah.
right? Exactly. So it was still, I figured it's still applicable. And then I was fortunate again with another opportunity to do undergrad research. So did research and studying lithium niobate, trying to figure out how we could actually use that as a piezo resistor. Long story short, to see how we could use this man-made crystal to measure pressure being applied to any surface.
Okay, I understand.
So started doing that. I was like, this is interesting. And my research professor decided he want to do something. He want to turn into a business down the line because he does something like that during his graduate program. And so I was like, okay,
Okay.
that sounds interesting, all right? I was like, okay, business sounds cool because at the time I was also involved in like a business venture. So I'm getting mentored outside of my regular school programs about business anyway. When he brought that idea, I'm like, okay, this sounds interesting.
Okay, so go back to that. So, what was you doing as a business before the professor proposed a business idea with you?
Yep. So I was involved in a mentorship program. So the mentorship program was mentoring. Well, I got mentorship from my mentors, but in the byproduct, I ended up mentoring people around life, finance, how to
That's good.
re, uh, how to diversify their income, and also how to
That's good.
streamline their money to make some money for them in the back end through their regular everyday purchases.
Okay, so you're doing that. You're also doing this business venture with using the crystal to
Well,
produce energy, right?
it was a full undergrad research program that my
Okay, program.
proposed. Like, hey, well, if we actually determined that we could utilize this crystal to actually measure pressure in our forest, that was a very lucrative business because the whole purpose behind why we would start doing that, right? So if you understand bridges, let's say for example, or even this aerospace as far as the planes. So on the surface of on the surface of the plane, there's a bunch of different diodes around the plane to
Hmm.
help read pressure that on the surface of the plane, right?
Okay, so
That's how you keep it, make sure everything is proper and is functioning properly. Or even you
okay,
go in the bridge application, there's different sensors on the bridge that actually reads the amount of force that's been applied to the bridge on a daily basis while the cars that's been driven over it. And what these sensors does is they send them these measurements back to some data center, like right. And over time, these engineers could go and read the data from the bridge, like okay, and that's how they determine, hey, we need to go support this part of the bridge. If we don't, it's going to end up we're going to get a collapse in the next year or next couple of months, right? But
okay,
the
I
thing
understand.
is, with what at least when I was doing this research, what we realized is at least what they were currently using in the industry at the time,
Hmm.
um, it was very faulty. I mean, if we talk about the bridge application for say, right, we understand it just as a loud environment, and with the sensor they were using, it picked up on loud noise and vibration. So now, what that read was, oh, if it's picking up on loud noise and vibration, especially on the bridge application, that means the data that's been reported is faulty,
Hmm.
right? Because
Hmm.
it's also reading up on these different on all these different outliers, but those outliers are being read in your data.
Okay. It's a
Right?
lot. There's a lot going. Yeah.
There's a lot going on. So
It's a yeah.
if you have an engineer who's reading all these data and the data read to them, hey, at least the data is screaming, hey, we need to go support the bridge. We need to go add support to it. But then you get your construction folks get out there. It's like this is fine, right? Over time, there's a lack of trust.
Okay, I understand.
Because you can't trust your engineer that they're giving you the proper information that you need, right? Because again, if as an employee or as a worker, I don't want to go get sent out to a job or get sent on a job site for nothing, essentially, right?
Okay.
Especially if
So
you're working in construction, that's how you get paid.
I got you.
Right?
So you go ahead.
So this question essentially would have helped eliminate those outliers.
Okay. So you're working on that, and then you're doing the business. You're doing that throughout your college process before you. How long was you doing this for?
So I ended up being in school for 5 years.
Okay, so you've been in school 5 years.
Which was what I was originally going to school for. We should be in school 5 years originally. So again, I ended up being in school 5 years. But the reason why that is because I started doing the undergraduate research, and I knew that was going to take some time. And
Okay.
I was fortunate because it was I was receiving scholarship funds to do the research anyway.
Okay, I
So
understand.
I was not in a rush per se. So I was trying to soak up more information. So once my mentor brought up the business idea, it's just so happened that we had a new major on campus as well, too, called integrated science and business.
Okay. Okay.
So I started putting two and two together. It's like, well, it's integrated science and business. I'm already a physics major. I think that's half the degree already. And
Basically.
and Oscar was my research professor. He's talking about doing something business wise. So why not go learn some actual business to go take some actual business courses to actually learn business? Made sense to me. So I ended up adding integrated science and business as a secondary degree.
Okay.
But that wasn't the case. Got in there, it's like, well, you're already a physics major. You can't use physics. What do you mean? It's a science degree. It's science credit. No, it's cheap because you gotta do different science. Okay, that's fine. So I ended up organics or go outside of it.
Hmm.
Um, but skip the labs, which I was grateful for because if I hadn't taken the labs, I probably wouldn't have done Orgo. I'm sorry.
I understand. I
Or
understand.
bio for that matter either.
No, I
Those two
understand.
subjects are different. Those are just different languages for me. I can't wrap my head around it. But yeah,
Okay.
so like I said, added integrated science and business. So my secondary emphasis on that was organic chemistry and business management. So like I said, 5 years later, wrapped that up, finished the
Hmm.
research, had that published. But at the time,
Congrats.
thank you. At the time, was just so much going on, just politics. When it came time for me and my research professor to try to advance this project from the university side of things, or at least it was too many politics. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just cut ties with things. It is what it is. I was gonna
I
decide
understand.
consider doing this. And you could always reach out to me. I got all the research notes and everything and so and so forth. So whatever, we could pick that whenever that time come whenever we cross that bridge.
Hmm.
So wrap that up after college. Started working. And working in management, like most people from at least an athlete background, and working in enterprise.
Hmm.
So I did that, but did that from with the mindset of I want to go into really learn business and
I
how business
understand.
operate, right, and how to really manage a business and make sure that everything is running smoothly.
Okay.
So did that for 2 years and really and learned the ins and out about business because I at the time I ran one of our largest body shop, at least from the branch that I worked at. It was managed the largest body shop in all of the Madison area because I went to school in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Uh,
What's school? Okay.
University of Wisconsin Whitewater, but after graduating, I lived in Madison. So
Okay.
at the time in Madison, the branch that I worked out of, I managed the largest body shop, and that body shop service not the universities and all the other businesses around there as well. So it was a very busy body shop, right? But that was my baby, right? But again,
Okay.
my goal was being met at the time because I wanted to go into really learn business.
So you
And
want? Okay, I got you. I got you.
right? So, and running that body shop by itself, we was all spread out anyway, really forced me to learn business, how one prep for all the potentials body shop clients that I may have. So essentially, just be able to properly create a proper projection of the number of vehicles that I would need out there, especially for the morning rush, right?
Okay.
Because the thought process was like, once I get out there, I knew when I got to that body shop at 8:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, I had no assistance for like the first 3 hours. So, and I
So
knew it was gonna be a massive rush. So I had
the
to make sure I had enough vehicles out the night before, make sure all those vehicles was clean, had gas in them, so on and so forth. Accommodate all the other body shop clients that are already coming in for insurance because those are the main priorities first, because
mhm.
they're insurance claims. So we got to take care of them first. So I got to make sure I account for all of those, and then all the potential walk-ins for the body shop. Again, for the, at least for that morning rush, at least because at those first 3 hours, you're on the island.
So let me ask you a question. So you're learning business, you're learning how the process works, you're learning how to deal with people, time management, things like that. So after you was doing this position, when did you start thinking about doing the transition to IT?
Yep. So I'm doing this. So just from 2016 to 2018. So it's about 2017 around this time now. So um, I'm live is me and two of my good friends. We're living together at the time in Madison. One he was we all fortunate in playing. We're all former college athletes.
Hmm.
One of the guys, he was my former teammate. But the reason why I got to know the guy, my guy Fred, um, he was he's been a childhood best friend to my guy Mike since they were kids. So
Hmm.
they're both from Milwaukee, and I'm
Hmm.
just a kid from out here, right? Fred had the opportunity. He was a scholarship athlete for the Badgers,
Oh, okay, I got you.
right? And Mike and I we played D3, like I said, University of Wisconsin Whitewater. But Fred never continued after our freshman year. Fred ended up walking away from the game and walking away from
Okay.
scholarship and walked away from school in general
Hmm.
because he was one of he was a freak athlete who just had speed and that happened to play football but never cared for it.
Yeah, I
Freak,
know. I hate those tags. I wish you could give it to me. Give me that
but
speed. I'd be in the NFL.
like dude, it worked out for him, right? because like I said, after he walked out after freshman year, sophomore he dropped out of school and literally just picked up little odd jobs here and there and taught himself programming. Um, he did that a couple of years, started working on different. He started building smart programs, and started selling them, and started getting himself out there. Over time, by the time we graduated college, at least me and Mike, because we all graduated by the same time, had he stayed in college, he already established a solid profile that he picked up a state job,
Hmm.
making a good amount of money as a program, pretty income for as a self-taught programmer. So now, like I said, we're all living together. Fred's teaching Mike about programming. I'm on the
Hmm.
outside just looking in. From a technical standpoint, I'm understanding some of the technical jargon because, again, I come from a physics background.
Hmm.
So math, I understood all the math aspect of things. Like, okay, cool. So I'm just this kid out from the outside looking in, and then over time, Fred kept nudging me. I forgot what he put me into. I forgot what Code Academy actually. Yeah, he put me on Code
I heard of
Academy
Code Academy.
to
I heard
teach
of
my
Code Academy.
programming because for the most part, I've always taught myself everything anyway. If you understand as an athlete, you're hardly ever in class anyway because you're going away for games, and especially at the college levels. Thursdays, as we had out of state games. Wednesday evenings we're on the bus anyway, right? So Thursday I'm not in class. Friday I'm not in class. I'm really got to teach myself after practice, teach myself after games, and then come
Gotcha.
on Sunday when we get back home on Sunday, sit with my coaches to do quizzes or whatever I missed from Thursday or Friday.
Hmm.
Right, so I already had the mindset of teaching myself anyway.
I
So
understand.
Fred, like I said, Fred uh, introduced me to Code Academy. I started hopping on there.
Just a little bit,
Little,
little bit.
little, just I was probably just messing around, nothing really serious, right? But that started exposing me to IT. Okay. So when I seriously started thinking about IT, I was like, okay, where if I really decide to do this seriously, where do I see myself in IT, and where would I want to work in IT?
Okay, so you started picking what you wanted to do first. I got you. That's smart.
Right, because again, I was trying to go in from like, okay, let me try to get in the easiest way possible, right? Well,
Hmm.
at least from what would be easy from the skills that I already have that would be easy to transfer over, right? And even just from the way I process information, what would be the easiest way for me to get in? But I had no clue at the time. But I knew one thing was I wanted to work in the government space.
Hmm.
How, I had no clue.
I got you. Me too.
Right?
I was like, how am I getting in? It's like a secret
No
society.
clue whatsoever, right? Like even to the point how I was going to go about even getting my feet in the IT, I was clueless. Um, 2018, after, came back here in May of 2018 for my little sister's graduation. She was graduating from Webb and Mary. That's when I was like, you know what? I'm gonna move back to the DMV. I've been going away for at the time 7 years now.
So I'm going back home.
I'm gonna go back to the DMV, man. Like, I got a lot of resources in the DMV, right? Like, and I already knew somebody who was working in IT for the FBI anyway.
Hmm.
Now, at the time, I didn't know what exactly they did in IT, but all I knew was, hey, I know somebody who works in IT.
You just know
And
somebody. I got you.
when I finally started having a conversation and realized, oh yeah, this is working for the FBI. Oh, oh, you work in management. Oh, oh,
Like, you
okay.
help me out. You help me
How,
out, brother.
that was my next
Help me
question.
out.
Hey, can you get me in there? Like, because he was my former youth choir director growing up in the church. So I'm
Hmm.
like, hey, come on, get me in there, right? But I had no background. He's like, the thing is, you need some experience, or at least you need a certification.
Hmm.
You're talking foreign language to me, sir.
Like, what are you talking about, bro?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? But then that conversation didn't go far. Okay. I found a little odd management job out here, started working that, and then we started looking at IT. So fortunately, I didn't come in a crossing path with a former high school buddy anyway, and having a conversation with him, realized he working in IT. Hey man, hey, look here, bro. I'm actually serious about looking to get in IT. How do you do it? Oh, but I mean, my degree is biotech anyway. So I kind of did that. Was how I kind of got to tech, working, graduated, did biotech, and then transitioned to actually working in IT help desk, and I work as a DBA now. But if you want to work in IT, I mean, the best thing I tell you to do is get a security plus.
Okay.
Okay. Can you give me some information? Here you go. Read this book. The
That's what's
gifts,
up.
the gifts of security plus. There was a 501 series. He smacked that bad boy too. He was like, "Hey, read that book. If you read it, you should be able to pass it." Because I mean, that's what I did. Okay. So I started reading it. No. Actually, I didn't read it. I didn't read that one first. What originally happened was I got into a network plus class
Hmm.
because everybody was like, oh, if you really want to do it, when I started really diving and looking at certain, it's like you're going to get your A plus, your network plus, and then your security plus. It's like, that's a lot. I'm trying to streamline this process. Like, do I really need to get all three certs? What's the importance of them? So now I'm asking questions like, why do I need to get all three? One person told me with the A plus, that so you could have the basic knowledge of computer hardware. At least it will show you have the basic understanding of computer hardware. Okay. So what's the network plus for? So you could ensure that you have network understanding. So if I get the network plus, and you telling me the network plus it outweighs the A plus, but you tell me the security plus outweighs the network plus, wouldn't it just make sense when you get the security plus thing? That was my process, right? That was my thought process, right? I was like, okay, but at least going there, I want to at least understand what material was starting the network plus. But I knew for a fact I wasn't going to do the A plus. I'm
I
like, I
understand.
can figure out hardware because again, I was that curious kid who always just tinker with things and figure out the internals of how things work anyway. So I'm like, I think I can skip that. I can figure it out. If I ever cross that bridge. I could figure it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Skip the A plus entirely. So I signed up for a Network Plus course. It was $1,000. So it was a little IT.
So you did like a bush camp, boot camp. You did a little
Yeah,
small
like
boot
it
camp.
was a
Okay.
little boot camps, a little IT college, college in College Park. Dude host. He was an actual professor. He actually taught at the college level.
Oh, that's smart. Okay. Be
Hosted
smart.
the boot camp, right? Because he taught at some community college in Pennsylvania. I can't remember, and then he taught at Eastern Shore as well too. And he's been in IT working as a network engineer for the longest, and helped the son work getting IT and all that. But I didn't know at the time. I was clueless until I got to the boot camp, and so he started explaining. Like, oh, okay, cool. Did the Network Plus course? It was like 8 week course,
Mm-hmm.
but we met every Saturday for essentially 8 hours all day Saturday.
That's
So
college.
I was supposed to go. Literally was that right?
Yeah.
So so I'm doing this on Saturdays. I'm working, like I said, this odd management job Monday through Friday. Um, so did that, and then after that, started going over all the course material. I'm like, man, this is cool, but I'm gonna move to the Security Plus now. I think I got some of the information that I've been needing. At least that would help me streamline this process. So got the Gibson book, the Gibson Security Plus book for my boy. Started reading it. First 2 months wasn't really serious. I read a little bit here today. I may read tomorrow, skip it for like 3-4 days, and then try to come back to it. So that's how it was from like January of 2019. Yeah,
2019.
January
Okay.
2019. And so I started reading that. Like I said, the first 2 months was just being inconsistent. Just being inconsistent. And then just skipped it all throughout March. And April, skipped it all. May came around, it's like, all right, I need to get serious. I really need to get serious about this, right? So I was like, all right, so set up a game plan. Like, you know what? Every morning I wake up, I'm gonna block up 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. Read that bad boy, and then after that, go to the gym. So that was my punishment. Like, look, I can't go to the gym until I get at least an hour
That's
session.
smart. You took
Like,
away something that was fun.
no,
That's
it's trying
smart.
to therapy. Like, I gotta get there. So that's how I had to buckle myself down. So leave May, June, July, read throughout the book, did a bunch of practice exam. August came around, took the exam, passed it. Super geeked. Now I'm
You
thinking,
passed it the
okay,
first time?
yeah.
Oh, that's good. I took it 3 times. I could.
Hey, listen, it be like that though.
Yeah,
I look, I've helped a few people. I know somebody with. I mean, even my little, I helped my little cousin get it. He had to take it 2 times.
I understand. As long as
Like
you got it.
that's the most important thing. Now I'm telling him now, hey, you better not let that bad boy expire because I
Don't
had to
ever.
make that mistake. Don't do
Oh
it.
man, don't
Right.
do it.
Don't do it. Trust me, you don't want to
It's
sit
harder now.
ever again.
Shoot, you just
But
gave me
yes,
a heart attack.
listen. But again, I did not know why I was just this. I'm just this naive kid, right? Just trying to get it, just trying to get in where I fit, and right, and that's how it was for me. It was like, well, this is interesting. I'm figure it out, and I'm trying to see how I can get my feet in the door, right? And that was IT for the most part.
So
So that's it.
let,
Got the
let
security
me ask.
plus. Now I'm thinking jobs just gonna be flooding, coming at me like left,
Like,
right.
come
Like,
here. Like, throw it at me, throw it at me. It's coming,
you
it's
good?
coming.
Nah. So I'm applying for jobs like from I probably apply from August until like no, yeah, from August until November, yeah, because I passed in the August 24th, yeah, passed August 24th, and then settled in for a week. So let's say beginning of September, I'm applying for jobs left and right. I'm probably applying for like at least 30 jobs a day. I'm sending jobs on Indeed. I don't even. I'm just hitting. I'm looking for all the easy one-click apply. I'm just sending job application left and right, just trying to find something because at this time I already quit my management job, so I need money to come in now. All right, so I was like, September went about.
Oh, so you quit? Okay, so you quit and you was just like straight looking for
Cause
it.
I had quit in August because I knew I was buckling down to get that security plus,
I got you. I got you.
and
That's respect, man.
I was ignorant, not I was ignorant to the fact that yeah, just like getting this certification, it don't mean jobs just gonna come flooding at your feet. Like, hey, I want you. It's
But
like,
I'm glad you said that. Some people think they get a security plus and hey, the world is yours. No, man.
but you see, that's how it was hyped up to me in that way. All right.
Nah, man.
The way I was told, like, look, once you get your security plus, you're good. You get a job like this. Okay. That's why I said, you know what? I'm gonna quit this job. Let me bucket down so I can really lock in and get this bad boy. Cause I need a job. I'm trying to get an IT job now. And if I keep sitting around this job, I'm not really gonna take this serious. And I'm not gonna do what I need to do to try to try to get an IT.
How
Because
many
I want to be comfortable.
how many jobs did you apply for? Do you think probably like 300,
I couldn't
400? I think
probably
400.
1,000 to be honest, bro. Like I said, because I was waking up every day from September. I'm talking about I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting there for 2-3 hours straight sending applications.
Bringing back memories. Yeah, yeah,
Like
that's exactly what I was doing. I kept getting no, no. I know your email. No, 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 no. Sorry, we're going to go
listen,
move forward.
you apply for a job, you get it. I remember when I got my first interview. It's like I got geek. I'm like, oh yeah, I might get this job. Interview for okay, what? And I remember the first company I actually interviewed with too. That's what was it, Bauman Williams in DC. Yeah, it was them. Interview with them. I'm thinking. I mean, I was upfront with them, like I don't know it all, but I'm willing to learn. All right. I just sat there and taught myself this and got the security plus with really no technical background, but my college background is in physics, and that's what I'm telling you. Everybody that I'm interviewing with, I was like, I'm being straight up with you. Um, okay, I'm leaving out the interview thinking I did good. 2 weeks later, it was great interviewing with you, but we were
That's
looking for a much better candidate.
I heard that so many times.
This told me a good dream. Like,
Let me ask you a question. So, like, okay, as you're applying to jobs, like, how did you eventually get the job that you first got? Like, how did that work? How did you do that?
and listen. So again, like I said, I'm just applying for job. Just just click
Quick,
them, apply, apply,
it's
apply. Right?
quick apply, quick and LinkedIn apply.
Literally. So I ended up getting, and then I got September went by, mid of October went by. I'm getting nervous now because like no, I'm 2 months, man. No,
I gotta
no,
pay bills.
no funds coming in. Like
Like
I'm
you can't.
depleting my savings. Like I need something. Something got to
You,
shake, right?
you know how African parents is. You just can't ask them for money, man. They'll look at you crazy.
Never,
Yeah,
never.
don't do that. Don't do
So
that.
like I said, October came and went by. Nothing. Now I'm really shaking in my boots now, like, bruh. And then I get hit up for an interview. I mean, a recruiter hit me up. What? When can you interview? Now? Like, cause I'm
It's
desperate
on
for a
site.
job.
It's on
I'm
site.
desperate for a job at this point. I ain't gonna lie to you, right? I'm like, I'm down bad. Like at this time, I think when November came out, I was really down to probably like my last 1,500. All right. And at this point, I already depleted my savings, which at the time was sitting with like $8,000-9,000 at the time. It's like, dog, this is bad. Like, I ain't never really been down like this. Like, so recruiter hit me up. Boom. She set up the interview. I'm like, look, I could interview right now if you need me to. Like, set it, the earliest you can set it up for, let me know. Just let me know the date and the time I'll be here. 'Cause I had nothing at this point. Hell, to the point I didn't even know how I was about to get to this interview because I look at my gas
Dang,
tank. I'm ready down to my last quarter tank,
I
and
respect
like I
that.
got my 1,500. So it's the beginning of November, and I'm like, I got 1,500. Still got these bills to pay. I still got to pay my car insurance, phone bill. Still got to get groceries. All right, because I ate a little different, so I wasn't gonna stress my folks out to go buy me separate groceries from what they're already buying. Nah. So I was like, no, if I get through this month, but next month I'm done. So I was like, man, this interview better work. Like, I'm down on my knees, but praying like, hey man, I need this recruiter to hit me up like, hey,
Are you
interview
praying?
set up for tomorrow. And this was like a Monday when I get the call from this recruiter. Tuesday, my interview was set up for him, so I get down to the interview. Company called Red Zone Technologies.
Okay.
Interview with them. Um, Luckily, it was really a true junior assist admin position. I'm like, so I told the manager ASAP, like, hey, look here, man. I'll be honest with you. I don't have that much experience. I will tell you straight up, I'm willing to learn as much as possible, as long as somebody's willing to show me the ropes, somebody's willing to teach me and coach me. I'm willing to learn. Straight up, right? Now, I got my security plus. That's just off pure guts and me going out and win, like, and teaching myself. Again, I don't have the technical background and technical experience per se, but again, I'm willing to come and put my head down and just work and grind. I come so I literally tell them like I have an athlete's mindset. Where I look at it, I'm coming here and I'm trying to prove myself, and that's it. If you took a chance on me, I promise you, you're not going to regret it.
I respect that.
So that's how I left her. She's like, "But you got any last question?" Literally left her like, "When can I start?" And choke her, right? So
That's
it was
it.
like, you can't start now. But we got other interview to interview. Got other candidates to interview. And then from there we'll make a decision. Okay. Well, guys, thank you. Thank you for your time. And wish the best. I left that for that boy. It was again. My interview was like at 12:30. 30 minutes. I'm out of there. 1 o'clock. I'm driving home. Before I get home, I get the call from Sarah Recruiter. Hey, they like your interview so much they want to bring you. They want to offer you a job. You're fucking lying. Oh, excuse my French, but that was my reaction at the time. Like, you're lying, right? It's like, no, no. I'm like, okay, when can I start? I didn't even ask about Saturday or
He
nothing.
said,
I'm
he said,
down bad. I just need
I
some money.
come tomorrow. He said, I come tomorrow. Hey, I come, hey, tonight.
I'm down bad. Like, I need money. I wouldn't even think about nothing. She's like, well, we got to discuss salary first, right? Okay, cool. What's the salary? It's 38. Okay, you bump me up to 40. Well, let me get back to them and I'll let you know what to say. Okay, cool. Okay, well, they'll get you up to. They won't get you the whole 40, but they'll meet you at 39.5. That's good enough. Okay.
I
So
respect
got in
that.
there. Started at the end of November of 2019. 2020 came around. COVID hit.
Oh, dang.
Listen, COVID hit, and then all the protests going on. Right.
Oh, downtown. I was down there.
I,
I
so
worked down there.
the company was based out of Annapolis. Right. Our biggest cash cow slash our biggest client was in DC.
Mm-hmm.
Our biggest client got caught in the crossfire of this protest. Office got burnt.
Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. Dang.
Listen, but now so COVID, like I said, COVID happened. So this around May, so it's April around this time, April of 2020 now. This time everybody's now working from home at this. We're all remote now, but I had the slip of saying, hey, I was a critical employee because the nature of my job as a journalist admin, occasionally I had to go in the office and do some work. So cool, but I'm working from home. So protests happen. Like I said, our biggest cash cow happened to get caught in this crossfire. Okay, next day we have a whole town square meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Town square. Hey guys, we just lost X, Y, and Z clients.
Oh, my goodness. Dang.
So once leadership said that, you can literally hear a leader drop. Everybody knows like, oh, that's our moneymaker.
That's our job, at that point.
Pretty much. So after that happened, after the town square meeting, okay, guys. Well, everybody, we're gonna do our very best to try to keep everybody and see how we can accommodate everybody. Okay, cool. The next day, the latest guy of the team get called. Exit.
Dang.
Exit.
Cold
I'm,
world.
I'm sitting at home. I'm thinking I'm safe, right? Hey, Bishop, can you come in the office?
Oh,
Uh,
dang.
okay. Sure, I come in the office. Get there. I got my laptop in my hand. I'm thinking I'm just about to go sit at my desk or whatever the case would be. Oh, no. I get intercepted. So you walk into the building, I will have to make a left to go to my desk. No. Before making that left, I get intercepted. No, go right. Go this way. Go right. My manager there sitting there. As you know, we just lost our biggest client. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to let you go.
Dang.
Okay.
I know that hurt. And then also too, like, did you get a chance to actually work?
I mean, I learned a little bit of something. I was there for 8 months. I guess from
Okay.
November, December.
What did you do though? What did you do when you was doing the position?
Glorified. It was pretty much help desk work. So I was doing a bunch of like the small tickets, talking to clients, calling clients, doing small troubleshooting work. So I documented all those things, doing some small firewall management work, updating laptops and all, just small manager help desk position, pretty much. All right,
Okay.
but again, I went in there just with the thought process of I'm gonna document everything, just
Please
so I could
document. Okay.
have a work of knowledge to go, something to go back to if I have questions. Right, document everything. Like I said, 8 months in, got canned. So now May 1st. Yeah, so like I was saying, so now May 1st, I'm sitting at home like, no job. This is fun. Um, so it's like, I'm defeated at this point, honestly, right? Because it's like, damn, I did everything I can to get an IT. It's like, damn, ha- I got, I got my, I got my feet wet a little bit, and then all of a sudden that rug just got snatched under my feet, and I'm defeated. Like, damn. I, so literally when May at the time, like I was so defeated. I was like, man, I'm not even about to apply for a job right now. At the time, I knew a little bit of trading or whatnot, trading on the forex market. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do some trading. So I started trading that summer. So that May started trading like with the last bit of money I have. It's like, you know what, I could easily afford to lose $200. So I threw that into my trading account, started trading. Lost most of that, and then really buckled down on my technical skills. Started gaining all that back, and then started making some profits. Like, okay, cool, I'm comfortable. All right. So at this point, I'm making, let's say, give or take, in a May, I'm making about anywhere between $200 to $300 a day of trading. Well, not really the day, but like really like give or take hours or whatnot. Because at the time I was trading volatile like indices, so
I
they're
got
pretty
you.
volatile. So it's easy to make money because volatility. It's high risk, high reward, pretty much. So at the time I'm feeling comfortable. You know what? I'm not about to look for a job. So literally, all the entire summer, they was just traveling
Just
down in
having a good
Atlanta,
time.
having a ball. Okay,
So
I'm
no
in,
studying either. No studying either.
no studying. I mean,
Okay.
I was defeating that.
You did the price. I
I
got you.
just snatched one of my feet from all this work I just did. Right? So I didn't even know how to process it. So if you want to put it in sport terminology, it's like okay, cool. You just went facing the team and they just beat the brakes off of you, and now you know you're supposed to be getting ready for this for your opponent that's coming in next week, but you don't even know how to move
Having
forward.
energy. You're like you won.
Like
You know what I'm
you just
saying?
defeated, right? So that's really how I felt at the time. Like man, I don't want to look for a job right now. Like I'm just hustle make money. Like I was hustle. I was had some type of hustle anyway. So like I said, started trading, making some comfortable money. I'm feeling comfortable now. So I'm in Atlanta for 2 weeks. Came back Vegas for like a week. Come back. You know, I was like, you know what? I'm going back. I'm going to Wisconsin for took a whole month trip out back to Wisconsin. Well, stopped in Cleveland for like a week and then went to Wisconsin. I was like, after that was pretty much all of August of 20. And I was like, you know what? Came back. No, I need to do something in my life now.
I
Like,
got you. Said, let me get my life
yeah,
together, bro. I'm having too much
just
fun. You know.
excursion, just living and traveling everywhere, right? But now I need to really figure some stuff out. Started the job application process all over again. So applying for jobs. Boom. Landing at the gigs. Again, doing the same thing I did the first time. Just applying for jobs on Indeed, Glassdoor. Just not knowing what I'm applying for. Interview at this company out of Columbia. Then offer me a junior network admin position. I don't know nothing about networking, but apparently I talked good in the interview that they took a chance on me. I couldn't tell you what I said in the interview, man,
You
honestly,
just
right?
talking. You was just automation. You was
Man, I was
auto
just selling a good story because I needed a job at this point. I was just selling the story. You said they asked me one thing. I probably told them. I probably made up a whole story trying to align myself with whatever they're trying to ask me. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now I get this job this September. It's like, oh, okay. I'm realizing like, this is not really not my tea, because I'm traveling everywhere. Like I'm traveling to Virginia Vascular Institute because that was one of our clients, and I'll be out there all day. That was my Tuesday trip. Monday, I'm between Annapolis, Columbia, and Jessup. I'm like, man, this is Wednesday. I'm down between Lanham, Capitol Heights, and down over by Clinton because I had to go over by the Trip Center. I'm like, and then Thursdays were the days I go canvassing different network towers and whatnot. I'm like, man, over time, did that all September. Like, this is not it for me. October, I'm still doing this. Like, man, I don't know. I'm fortunate I got a job, but I don't know how I'm about to move forward. Where do I go next? Like, I'm trying to
So you just
ride this
winging
out.
it. You just winging it at this point.
Literally just winging it. 'Cause I was not in it. It just wasn't my niche. Because again,
It's not your
I love
interest at all.
I love traveling, but it's like all this traveling I'm doing is for work. It's not even fun. Like this is like no. My joy of driving is not. I'm not even having joy of driving because I know I'm driving this company vehicle that's being monitored. So it's like I'm constantly on somebody's watch. Like this is not even fun. Like cool making money because at the time I went from making 40 with this new company. I'm making 55 a year. It's
Okay.
like making more money is cool, but right.
Now
So that
I had a question. I had a question too. My bad. I had a question. So, like, as a network engineer, what was you doing for the people that don't know?
I wasn't really doing much, like I said,
I
because
got you.
I was new, right? Never really did
Oh, I got you.
no network experience. So again, I was pretty much doing that the glorified help desk role. The only thing close to network I was doing was canvassing all the different network towers throughout PG County, right? But I was really, my canvassing work was mostly going to these different network towers, taking pictures so I could send them to the owners or when I to go do service work to these network towers. But that was all I really did. So as far as network, I never really did no network. Now my first job, I actually did a little bit of networking, a little bit, like I said, because I was doing a lot. They started teaching me how to really do patch work on the firewall and
Hmm.
even our network infrastructure. All right, so that taught me a little bit of something, but again, it wasn't enough knowledge that I could have ran out to say I could go land me a junior network admin role per
I
se.
understand.
All right, so did that for like I said, 3 months it lasted, and then that job got canned quick. But honestly, it was my doing. Um, I wasn't performing due to the fact that I just didn't like the job, so I would go out, be out late all night, and then come home, go into work just froggy,
I
not performing. three
understand.
months in the academy. Yeah, so they actually came in November 1st. That's when I got canned. So I'm like, damn, another job. I get fired for. I'm like, all right, this time I'm not about to sit here and be defeated. So let me start applying ASAP now. So start applying for jobs left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right. And in November, I finally get called from a couple of people to set up interviews. I interviewed with a law firm down in DC for another junior a junior admiral, junior assistant admiral,
Hmm.
and then interview with the current company I'm working for another junior admiral again. Um, interview with both. Um, they both so happen to well, my current company that I work for now actually called me December 14th to offer me the job. The law firm called me like a couple of days before that to offer me the job. So now at this point, I'm sitting down. But at the time when I going through this interview process, I did not know I was interviewing for a government job,
Oh,
right?
this is a government. This is a government job, federal government.
No, what where I currently work, where I currently work, where yeah, it's actually
Oh, the one
a government that I'm currently
okay.
with. So at this time, I'm interviewing. I didn't know I was interviewing for a government position. I mean, a government job per se. So again, I got interviewed with a law firm down in DC. I'm just going I'm just looking for a job. I'm just interviewing, like going through the same process I did the first two times going to Indeed and Glassdoor, just clicking job applications left and right, left and right. And so I interviewed these two companies. The law firm offered me a position. Like I said, 2 days later, I get a call from the current companies that I work for. They offer me a position. And in the midst of the offering, that's when they explain, like, oh, yeah, we're going to process for a clearance. You can still start your job without a clearance. Like, huh? A clearance? Wait,
Like, what is that?
is this a government now? Oh, yeah. We're going to do your background check. We're going to process, if you pass the background check, you get your clearance. So, mind you, when the law firm, I already accepted that job offer because it was the first offer I got, right? And then 2 years later, I'm getting this offer. So then they tell me clearance. I'm like, wait a minute.
Leave that alone.
And this law firm, like, hey, guys, actually, can I think on that offer for a little bit and get back to you? I'm at the drawing board, so I reach out to at least the few people that I consult with that I trust their guidance. So I'm like, hey guys, look, I have two job offers right now, both the same salary. The thing is, if I go with this job, I'm on call 24. I'm on call Monday through Monday, right? So I can make good amount of overtime money. Now, if I go with this job, I'm stuck at that salary. However, I get a clearance. What would you do? Well, as in the government, yeah. One person said, "I'll go with the government."
That's the smartest decision.
Right, but again, not knowing all the intricacies of things, right? Why and the why behind it, right? But, okay, explain more. They explain. Then I had to sit down with myself and be honest with myself. Like, look, I know myself. At the time, I was still this party animal who still go out like, hey, I'm going out with my older cousins. Like, hey, we're going out to the hookah lounge in DC. At the time when U Street was U Street, when you could really go
Yeah,
out and
U
enjoy,
Street was. Yeah, I remember.
right?
I remember.
So it's like, man, I know I pop on U Street like all the time, popping out these different hookah lounges. Like, I'm to the point I'm knowing all these hookah lounge owners. I know I could just pop up in there. They take good care of me. I could stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning, leaving out there just lit. But I really want to do an on-call job. I know I'll be out having a ball, having a good time, and I get called to go to. Yeah, no. So I called the law firm back and told them, like, yeah, guys, I'm not going to accept the job. I got another offer elsewhere, and then I accepted my current job that I work for, company that I work for. I accepted the position
Did,
with them.
do you mind? Do you mind just telling us for people that don't know what the benefits of having a clearance can help with people?
Man, it's so many different benefits from it. Um, at least the benefits, the main ones that I enjoy right now as I'm really getting into adulthood now, like really submerging myself in adulthood. It's one, not having to pay for my insurance.
Okay,
Right.
yeah. So,
Just being in the government space, that's one major debt off my books. Don't have to worry about it. So I can literally just pop into the best try to go get the best services from a
mhm.
medical standpoint, right? But more importantly, just job security as well. Job
Yeah.
security is the biggest thing, honestly, in my opinion. Because if you're someone who's clear, you're always going to have a job. As
You always
cliche
gonna
as
have a
it
job.
is, because most companies are not willing to fork out the money it requires or that it requires to do one's background check for a clearance without guarantee that that person is going to pass said background check to be processed for a clearance. Now, if that person is not clear or background is tainted that they can't get cleared, that company just wasted a ton of money that they can't get back. All right, so they would gladly offer somebody with a clearance already the position and give them a bonus than somebody who's not cleared. Everything they're offering me, so insurance, it's like solid. That works for me. I'll take that for a 1K benefit. It's like, and I'm in a tough position right now because like I love my company. I'm ready to leave, but it's like, damn, I can't. It's hard to find someone who's gonna match you 10% of your 401K.
It's really hard.
It's hard to do that out here. So I'm like, I'm like, I could stick with them for a little bit and then start my own consulting firm and try to come and then do something outside from here, right? So that's either here or there. But then the most important thing for me was like, hey, look, from day one, they told me it's like, look, we offer continuing education from day one. We'll pay for it up front. All you got to do is pass your class. I'm like, okay, I will take that. All right. So, got in the company, started with them December 2020, and then been with them since then. And like I said, now I'm in the process of getting my master's degree. They're the one paying for it. Honestly, that's the reason why I'm back in school because it's being paid for. Um,
Congrats. Is this like a so like what are you doing now? Are you like kind of a senior level system administrator now, or what are you doing for this
no,
position?
I'm a mid-level system engineer. Because we're a small company, we don't, at least for the IT department, it's not a lot. We don't promote like that on an annual basis per se. All right, we just bump everybody's salary. So my team is literally we're a four-man team, including my manager, and we literally just brought in the fourth person the beginning of February of last year. Is when we brought in the fourth person. So it's a small group of us, but the company take care of us well. But because it's a small company, so it's like it doesn't make sense of having a huge IT department because we're 300 employee company with most people being remote, and most people already are system engineering, so they're technical already.
Okay. So is it are you like a Mac administrator for this position?
Yep.
Oh, that's good. So how did you get into that? Like how did you become a Mac engineer?
Um, it was an easy transition for me because I was already in the Mac system. I've already been playing with Macs already, um, for my own personal use. So when I got in, it's like, well, we- we're Mac shops. Do you understand Mac? Like, yeah, I have a MacBook Pro. I've been playing with Macs for the last couple of years now. So I understand what Macs for the most part. So if I get it, I can figure anything else out from a technical standpoint. So got in. At the time, we didn't have a proper device manager. So the first project I had to take on was Jamf Pro.
Hmm.
Figuring out Jamf and how we actually implement Jamf into our system and manage our MacBooks. So that was the first big project I took on when I got in. So now we actually use Jamf and Jamf Pro to manage all of our MacBooks.
So that's what you use to manage it. Okay, I understand. That's the
Mm-hmm.
tool. Okay.
It's what I would recommend anybody in the Mac industry who's using Mac. It's what I would recommend for them
Okay.
for device management. You could manage with Active Directory, however, it's problematic.
How?
So
Like how?
Microsoft try to keep all your stuff proprietary,
Oh, okay.
and a lot of things Apple does the same thing too. So there's a lot of miscommunication in, with just trying to manage the MacBooks with Active Directory.
Okay, so you're just for this position, you're just managing the MacBooks. If any problems go wrong, you fix that or tier three.
So no, I'm a full out system engineer now with the company. So essentially, I'm learning. building the infrastructure, managing the infrastructure, adding different technology into the infrastructure is my task. But fortunate for us, we're a Google and AWS shop where we
Mhm.
pretty much use Google as like our Active Directory, Google Workspace, and then the rest of our infrastructure is pretty much AWS.
Okay, the cloud. Okay, it's kind of
Yeah,
cloud.
so it helps with that process because now it kind of helps eliminate most because remember we have a few on-prem servers for our DevOps teams and what have you, but we don't really do a lot of work on it because our DevOps engineers know exactly what they're doing. For the most part, what we do with those servers is more so, hey, okay, well, we're gonna patch it once in a while, and or hey guys, we need more RAM, we need more storage on that server. Can you guys upgrade the storage by West? Okay, cool. Then we just tinker with it, but for the most part, we're hands off off the dev servers. Um, Now, actually, over this past summer months, I actually had to learn Cisco and built our Cisco network because we were moving office and the new office space we bought had they pretty much left a bunch of Cisco equipment that we acquired. So it's like, oh, anybody know Cisco? No, 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 no. Well, somebody got to learn Cisco.
Somebody. That's how it
So
be. Somebody got to learn it.
listen, so me being Milton, you know what? I actually want to learn networking because I actually want to build my own home network now. So I'll die. I'm gonna take that chance. Taught myself Cisco for the summer, like I said, build our network infrastructure up to the point it's up and running now.
Oh,
So
congrats! Yeah, that's what's up. You got. I like how you just
it's
for
still a lot
you.
from Cisco. That's
I
a
like.
different.
Yeah, I know. I like for you. You just good into it. Like I like how you just take the initiative from a majority of things you
I mean,
got going.
that's how it's always been for me. Like I said, I've always been that curious kid who just dive into things. But again, come from that sport background. It's like, hey, look, screw it. I'm who, like we go let's say football for percent, right? It's like look, what I looked at is like from Oklahoma drills. We all understood
Yeah,
Oklahoma. Look, 2 days we knew. We all understood like look, everybody talk tough until you say it's Oklahoma time, and then everybody
yeah.
get to running away from it. But it's like look, I'd rather be the first person to get it out the way and be done, right?
I turn you
Because
to a basketball player real quick.
the first couple of people who come out to get the
Yeah,
bumper, like okay guys, we're not worried about those guys now. Where the rest of you other people are who ducking in the back. Now it's y'all who gotta go through the drill like 400 times. Whereas the first couple of people is like, look, all right, y'all was brave enough to try to get the bump out the way. Cool. Right? So I always carry that same thought process into like my IT career thus where I was like, look, just go in there, dive in. Like the worst case scenario, you don't know it, but if you dive in, you're gonna learn something at least. Right? Or hell, if you cause a mayhem, you may not just have a child, but if you do, it gives you the opportunity to really dive in and really learn everything from the ground up because you have to retrace everything back. Now,
yeah.
luckily, unfortunately, I haven't been in a position where I've dove into something that caused any type of system outbreak, or, I mean, system break, system stoppage, or anything of that nature so far. So we'll take it for what is for what it's worth now, right? But again, I've just always been that type of individual. It's like, look, all right, everybody's been scared to do a script. I do it. I'll make myself be the clown, I guess, or I'll be the laughing stock. Like, okay, cool, cool. I hit my head in the nail. So be it. Worst case, I'm gonna learn something there. I promise you that.
That's what I do. That's why I got. I'm a ISO. So for me, I had to fail 100 times before I became good what you're doing.
Listen, and that's why I tell people all the time. But now the thing is, now it's like, look, I could sit back comfortably and I joke around and tell people all the time now, like this. My work day is really if they're 4 hours.
Basically, because you knocked it
Why?
out.
I know my duties and I know my job, and I now have the technical skills where I don't need to sit on this for 8 hours just try to figure how this. No, okay, cool. I can look at it and okay, even if I don't know it, I know how to attack it or even how to directly do research to just get directly to where I'm trying to get at. Now just eliminate a lot of the time. that would have been wasted and just circling around, literally trying to just to figure out what the issue is or what the solution to this problem is. Um, I guess I'm assuming you're talking from a person with no experience, right? It's funny you asked that because I actually do. I've been fortunate to help a few people actually get in IT now. What I always tell people from at least first up is figure out one, what are you passionate about? AKA, what I mean by that is, what are you willing to do for free, right? That what is something that you enjoy doing that you don't mind getting paid for, all right? And then once you figure that out, it's because there's so much different avenues in IT that you could figure something out for you that will more favor you. Because what I realize is a lot of people hear IT one they think you have to be a programmer, right? Or they think you just got to be this super smart individual. It's like yay and nay. It all depends on what you're looking to do. Now, so